That fucking sucks. How dare you be somebody who figures it out and makes it and then doesn't think about anybody fucking behind you still trying to make it? Like, fuck you. Fuck you if that's you. Why the fuck would you do something like that? You don't remember what it was like? You don't remember how hard it was? Even if you're brand new, if you look good, if you have confidence, if you take care of yourself, if you are in alignment with your calling and your purpose, and you're going down the path you're supposed to be on, the people you're going to interact with are going to see that. They're going to sense it. They're going to feel it. And they're going to want to go with you. That's why you want to drink and smoke and play video games and watch TV, because it takes you into a fantasy world where you can fantasize about the life that you want to have rather than actually fucking living it. Guys, the truth is you actually can be a piece of shit and make it just fine in this pool business. You know how many guys I see whenever I go to the parts and supply store that just look like total trash? They don't take care of themselves. They're not dressed properly. They look tacky. They're on the verge of looking homeless. Their clothes are dirty. They got holes in them. They take no pride in themselves whatsoever. That is the majority of the pool business, and the guys working out in the field, working on the pools and doing repairs. That's most of them, guys. So the truth is, you actually can be a piece of shit and make it just fine in the pool service company, because that's what most people are doing. Just look with your own eyes. You can see it. But that's how easy, that's what I mean whenever I say that it's easy to make it in this industry. Because if you are not like that, and you take care of yourself, and you take pride in yourself, these guys make it so easy for the rest of us. They don't stand a chance when we show up and we're quoting for a job and we're meeting and greeting the customer and we're dressed nicely and you can tell we take care of ourselves. They don't stand a chance. You get the job every single time. So can you make it in this industry? Being a piece of shit, staying up all fucking night long, not giving a fuck, watching TV, playing video games, having a drug or a drinking habit? Absolutely, you sure can. That's why it's so easy for the rest of us. Those guys who are the majority of what the industry is filled by make it absolutely easy for the rest of us. So if you're clean and you take care of yourself and you have pride in yourself, guys, you can walk right into this business and have no problems at all and get customers so easy and retain customers all day long, not even a challenge. I'm constantly saying to myself, the reason this industry is so easy is because there's so many people, one, who don't really take care of themselves. They're basically a piece of shit. And two, who don't know what the fuck they're doing. Now, it's okay if you don't know what the fuck you're doing. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to coach you. And if you have the first part right, where you take care of yourself and you look good and you're a good representative of yourself, that energy is going to feed off of you onto the people you're talking to. And guess what? They're going to be willing to overlook a little bit of maybe your lack of knowledge and your lack of experience, because they see that you are a stellar individual, especially if they know that you've got coaching involved and you've got help and you've got somebody behind you that's been doing it for 20 years. They're going to have no problem with that. They're going to overlook it. They would rather have you in their backyard, somebody they can know and trust and rely on, than one of these other guys who they're not even sure if this guy's going to rob them when they're not looking. They got to review the camera footage to make sure the guy's even doing everything he's saying he's doing, if he's even sending any kind of a report whatsoever. That's another crazy thing, guys. A lot of people in this industry are not with the times. They're not emailing reports. They're not texting the customer when they're on the way to the property. They're not texting them when they're leaving. They're not filling out a report that lists everything that was done, that has all the chemicals that were used. They're not taking pictures, sending pictures before and after. They're not doing any of this stuff, guys. So that's why when you come along and you're doing all of this stuff, even if you're brand new, if you look good, if you have confidence, if you take care of yourself, if you are in alignment with your calling and your purpose, and you're going down the path you're supposed to be on, the people you're going to interact with are going to see that. They're going to sense it. They're going to feel it. And they're going to want to go with you. They're going to want to give you a chance, even if you're not the most experienced. And most of the time, guys, the people that I work with, they don't ask how much experience I have. They don't ask how many years I've been doing it. Those questions don't happen. As long as you do a good job, usually those questions don't come up. They don't ask, you know how many times I've been asked if I'm CPO certified? Never. Like never. You know how many times I've been asked if I have my electrician's license, which I do, but never. Well, one fucking time. And this whole time I've been doing it, I had one person ask me, and that's the only time ever. And I was able to show him my license, and no problem at all there. So keep in mind, guys, a lot of the guys in this industry are out there doing electrical repair work without having the license to do it. Now, I'm not endorsing that. I'm not saying that's what you should do, but I think a majority of the guys out there doing this work for themselves, what we call a one-polar, a guy working for himself, like something that you would be doing, a majority of these guys don't have their electrician's license. It's called a residential appliance installer's license. Most of them don't have it. If you have it, you're unique, because most of them don't. And I've known guys in the industry, y'all, for decades who never get it. Or after 10 or 20 years, they finally go and get the license. But they operated just fine up until that point. And then eventually one day they decided to legitimize themselves and go and get the license. The electrical work we do is always super simple. There's nothing to it. It's red, green, and black. 3 wires, 2 hots. Sometimes there's a white if it's a neutral. So there's a hot, a neutral, and a ground. But other than that, guys, it's usually 220 volts, a red, a black, and a green. 2 hots and a ground. And you're usually just hooking something up exactly the way it was hooked up when you found it. So, when I first started my own business, I didn't have the license. I was doing repairs without the license, but luckily I was smart enough. I went out and got the license within my first year. 6 months after I started my business, I had that license. So it wasn't a problem with me. But don't let that deter you, because most of the people out there doing this work don't have that license. And if you really have a problem, you can always contract the work. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here to help with. If you're really worried about something like that, I am licensed. I can provide contractor services. I can train you on the spot. But all I'm saying is, guys, the truth is, you actually can be a fucking flaming bag of shit and do well in this business, because that's what most of this business is. If you were to just go to the pool supply shop in the morning, whenever I do, and see the different caliber of the people who roll through there, you would know exactly what I'm talking about, guys. I stand completely apart and separate from these guys. They see me show up and they're like, who the fuck is this guy? Because I don't look anything like them. I fucking take care of myself. I look good. I have a good professional shirt tucked in, properly aligned. Like, I'm clear-headed. I didn't stay up all night the night before fucking drinking, smoking weed, playing video games. No. I fucking am here in alignment with my purpose and my calling, because I fucking care. That's part of the problem, guys. Lots of times, y'all, we're so fucking selfish. We're only thinking about ourselves. And when you're staying up all night, motherfucking doing bullshit, it's because you're not thinking about anybody else but yourself. You're not thinking about your family, your future, your friends, how you can help them, the people out there, the people out in the world who need a proper service, who are looking for good, reliable service. You're only thinking about yourself. You're being fucking selfish. And you're not going to try and find true success until you stop being selfish. You start finding needs that people have and filling. That's part of what this whole thing is I know where you're at. I've been there. I know where you're coming from. I know how hard it is to make it. So instead of being fucking selfish and figuring it all out and riding off into the sunset myself because I got that shit figured out, I want to help you because I remember what it's like to be where you are at. I remember how hard it is, how much of a struggle it is, how depressing it is, how much that life sucks. That's why you use these things to escape. That's why you have these forms of escapism. That's why you want to stay inebriated. That's why you want to drink and smoke and play video games and watch TV, because it takes you into a fantasy world where you can fantasize about the life that you want to have rather than actually fucking living it. So I want to help you guys out of that situation. I know what it's like. I'm not being selfish. Could I kick back on that motherfucking couch behind me and turn that motherfucking TV on and watch that shit and just consume endless hours of entertainment? Fuck yeah, I could. But that fucking sucks. How dare you be somebody who figures it out and makes it and then doesn't think about anybody fucking behind you still trying to make it? Like, fuck you. Fuck you if that's you. Why the fuck would you do something like that? You don't remember what it was like? You don't remember how hard it was? You can't be fucking less selfish and think about other people. And the beautiful thing about this, guys, is when you start thinking about other people is when you find yourself in alignment. I don't go to the gym for me. I fucking do it for you. I'm strong for you. I'm sober for you. I've got my shit together so that I can help you. When you find yourself in alignment, that's when you find pride and purpose in your life. And that's when you start living at a different level and giving thanks for your existence. And that's when the universe will recognize that you're doing what the fuck you're called to do, and the planets will align, and you will have the fucking force of nature in the universe behind you, supporting you, driving you to make a change and make a fucking difference in this world, guys. You're not supposed to fucking figure it out and cash out and fucking leave everybody behind. You're supposed to figure it out and share what you've learned with the next generation so they can fucking figure it out too. So, can you be a piece of shit in this industry and make it? Yes. But how much more can you make it if you're not a piece of shit? If you align yourself with your purpose, your calling, and you give thanks for your existence, and you take care of yourself. Guys, you don't even have to wonder if you're going to make it. You are going to make it. You are going to be fucking supported. You're going to have the power of the fucking universe behind you, guys. There's no way you can fucking fail.